Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Flashing Badger podcast. My name is Gordon, your GM, and joining me this week, as usual, are
Wegs,
Fitz,
Mike,
and today we are playing the game of space horror, Mothership. Mothership is an RPG by Sean McCoy and Tuesday Night Games. It's fantastic. It's one of our favourites. I look forward to you joining us.
Flashing Badger, Flashing Badger. Flashing Badger.
As I said, this week we are playing the Mothership RPG from Tuesday Night Games and Sean McCoy. And specifically, we're playing a module called The Haunting of Ypsilon 14, which is written by DG Chapman and edited by Jarrett Crader. It's a fun module. We haven't played it before, so let's see how we go. Joining me, Mike, would you like to tell me something about your character today?
Sure, I'm Dr. Hal Perceptron. Dr. Hal is an android, and he specializes in linguistics and psychology. So he's going to be really up in your grill. Lots of chatting. Hope you're ready to talk to Dr. Hal.
you're on the line with Dr. Hal.
I like that he's got a Did he have to go to school after being programmed? Like, how did he get a doctorate?
You got to earn that doctorate, obviously.
He downloaded it. He got a doctorate chip.
You think like downloading more RAM?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. Fitz.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, today I'll be playing Everstoffer. People call him Shaking, though. A space marine. Mm-hmm. A grizzled space marine, very close to retirement. I wouldn't want to say it's his one last tour, but perhaps it is. Grizzled, been on many, many missions. This is all old hat to him, and he's very, very jaded. Doesn't have much else in his life but the core, though.
Excellent. Wags, tell me about your character.
I will be playing Archibald KQ Grapesworthy V, obviously. And for the listeners out there, you won't be able to see the eye rolling and head shaking that's taking place. I was raised in nobility, high up in the aristocracy, and I just wanted to prove to Mummy and Daddy that I don't need their money. So after leaving the military officers academy, where I basically yelled at Marines to do push-ups in the mud, I've taken up some contracts doing some cargo runs and so forth, just to prove to Mummy and Daddy that I can make it on my own.
Do we always have similar?
Yeah. I was just about to point this out, that you always play an idiot who thinks they're clever. And Fitz always plays a grizzled man with a mustache.
Always has a
mustache. And Wegs, you always have this like failed nobility with a ludicrous name. This is like we're slipping into cliche immediately. But
All right.
It's one of those things where some sort of psychiatrist would have an absolute field day.
God.
Like
Dr. Hal, tell us what's wrong with it.
projecting all your insecurities and all your dreams.
I don't know how they
But
dissect mine that I'm an idiot. That makes no sense.
That's quite straightforward.
clearly,
really.
you're very smart.
I would like to say anyone who's a psychiatrist who's listening to this, please jump on the Discord. Let us know our diagnoses. That would be fantastic. And we'll give you a shout out on the pod when they're all undergoing treatment.
And you can give me a script.
And you know what? It's not just us. You always seem to be playing like a GM type character. That's
True.
Oh, yeah.
that's very good.
So before we kick off, I would like to draw your attention to a review we've had for a previous episode. So I'd read out some in-universe reviews. And this one is on our Bigfoot episode, one of our Bigfoot episodes. And it's a review from Arjak, who has some fairly negative criticism, I'm afraid.
Oh, we brought that on ourselves.
And that criticism is, after this episode, I still don't know how the hell to wrap a lava lamp, guys. So we've given no assistance. Missing the big issues there. But also, there's an FYI here for our future education for hockey. Some teams have ice girls. We weren't sure if they're cheerleaders or not. They're just ladies that clean the ice for TV breaks and engage with the fans for free swag sometimes. So there we go. Who says we're not? We can tick that educational box on Spotify now too and reach out to
Does that
everybody.
qualify us for some sort of grant?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did the edit for the Bigfoot one, and it's me saying like, "Oh, I'm trying to wrap a lava lamp," and you're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, outside of all of this, I've got some really good advice on wrapping a lava lamp." And I'm like, "Tell me now." You're like, "I'll tell you at the end of the episode," and you never did. And so even during the edit, I was getting angry.
I might actually go in there and maybe put a comment on there. Maybe go jump in the
It's
Discord.
too late.
No.
I like the idea that someone was listening to our podcast who went, finally, some useful life advice, and it just never came.
Tagging other people. Yeah.
Anyway, to business. This episode, as I said, is the adventure is called The Haunting of Ypsilon 14. The setup is this. You three are recently united crewmates on board a cargo ship, and the name of the cargo ship is...
Oh, I'll give you a name. No, you go.
Semper Viridi. I just made that up.
I don't speak Dutch. What does that mean?
It's, I believe, Latin for always green.
I get it.
This is a bit of a Panama Canal reference.
It is.
Yep, love it. Very good. Okay, so you're running this job. You've taken on a contract for the company. Obviously, Acer Associates is our in-universe company for Flashing Badger. Acer Associates is one of those giant megacorps that has a finger in every pie. If you think of the Mothership universe as not vastly distant from the sort of alien cassette futurism kind of world, you're probably on the right track. This is a world of not only horror in the form of monsters that eat your face, but also the economic horror of indentured servitude amongst the stars. So you guys have just taken on this contract to travel through weeks of cryo sleep and have just been awakened from your cryopods as you're approaching the space station Ypsilon 14, which is an asteroid mining base. While you're here, your goal is to deliver some goods, which is just, spare machine parts and food and medicine and all sorts of things in the cargo and personal items, but also to collect a scientific sample from a geologist who's working at the base, Dr. Ethan Giovanni, who is working for Acer Associates as well, as is pretty much everyone. So as we start our adventure here, the ship is... Well, you tell me. Are you just approaching the asteroid? Are you already on the landing sequence? Who's flying, firstly?
I've had extensive experience flying Mummy and Daddy's jet crafts around the estate, so I've taken the reins.
All right. So Archibald, you're sat in the pilot's chair, strapped, and you've got the CRT displays coming up with docking lines and everything, and the comms light up. You get the little blinking blip, 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 blip. That's not a special effect. I was doing that. Com alert of an incoming hail from the space station.
Bring them up on the big screen.
So it comes up on a very small 4-inch.
But it is the biggest screen we have.
It's the biggest one, yeah. It's like a
LCD dot.
Yeah, it's a calculated display that just draws a human stick figure. So immediately, voice is like, approaching Friday, this is Ypsilon base. You ready?
Reading? Now I'm talking to you.
Roger, we copy you. We're going to need you to come in and we've got you cleared for landing into docking bay 2.
Number one not free?
No, number one's occupied, I'm afraid. So you'll have to come in on 2. That's I'll patch through the vector now.
All right, it sounds
and on
appropriate.
On your screen there flashes up, all the parameters for your approach to the thing. So while the approach is going on, Eva, where are you? How long have you been out of cryo? Have you been out for a few hours?
Not long. I've come out of it, but I've come out of it with someone that's been in cryo a lot in the past. So the sickness and the after effects aren't really bothering me too much. Being a career Marine, I'm getting my loadout sort of ready, all my gear ready. One thing you will notice about me, apart from my magnificent mustache and something that I rolled as part of my loadout or trinkets, is that following me everywhere, at my heel constantly, is a shaggy, scruffy-looking little dog named Dog.
Hang on, all right.
Do we all have animal companions in this?
We do.
Oh, do we really?
No, I saw Wegs looking at me, I was looking at him.
Oh, really? Because we don't know each other's characters before this. Yeah, and mine just follows me around. His name's Dog.
What kind of dog is it?
Think a little scruffy, wide-haired bits, a little white and sort of ginger-haired terrier of some sort, foxy terrier of some sort. It's not a loud, yappy dog. It does bite. It does growl when it doesn't like people, but other than that, he's a very, very well-trained, very, very loyal companion.
And called Dog.
Dog.
Like Dr. Hal, sorry. What
I'm nervous now because I think I was going to do the same voice. You're going to have two of us being like, Dr. Hal has been awake.
You do that, because I'm going to forget to do my voice, so you might as well take it.
So where are you when this approach starts? When you've woken up from cryo sleep, what's your
No
first?
cryo sleep for Dr. Hal. Dr. Hal's been looking after the sheep. Well, the sheep. You are my sheep.
I see you as sheep.
While the flock was sleeping, I was looking after the ship.
Excellent.
Dr. Hell has been doing random administrative tasks and been preparing some food. And I know their sick routines when they wake up. So I prepare medications and things like that to aid with their travel.
Excellent. So as the ship's on approach, is there anything you guys want to do before you get there? Is there anything you need to prepare? Is this like a standard cargo experience for you?
Actually,
or are you guys into space?
I'm very comfortably settled into the pilot's chair, so I'm going to yell at the Marine. Marine, I've got a cat in storage. Bring it to me.
There's our second pet. Mine's going to be a surprise.
I wish to have the cat sit on my lap while I steer the ship. Bring it to me.
Straight away, dog's growling. Dog doesn't like Archibald QC Grapesworthy or whatever your name is. And in fact, I go, yeah, no worries, I do that. And I walk completely the other way and go to the mess hall where I know him to grab some food and stuff before we land. And I thoroughly and 100% ignore him.
With a name like that, you could probably start triggering him with a fake nickname as well.
Yeah,
He strikes me as the type who won't like
Yeah.
Like Viney.
Wino, yeah.
I quite like.
Say, guys, save this for the game.
I quite like Hal already. Hal was very helpful in. I usually have dog in the cryo chamber with me, and Hal mixed up a little bit of medicine just for the dog using the correct measurements. So I'm pretty happy with him already.
To put the dog to cryosleep?
No, to wake him up so he wasn't so sick.
And knowing that we're going to be collecting samples, I'm walking the length of the ship on either side, and I'm starting to move parts out of some lockers into other storage components, and I'm freeing up where the samples are going to be. And I'm getting excited about creating some labels on my label maker.
Nice.
I know what I'm here for. I'm here as a glorified security guard, and I'm happy with that. I know this is a pretty straightforward mission. It's just a collection one. Nothing. I'm not too concerned.
And when you walked off after being asked to collect the cat, I make a comment from down in the ship being like, I detect angst.
Archibald, you get your initial vectors and things, and it kind of comes through, and it's initially a bit kind of clunky, and it's not quite what you'd expect, and some of the data comes through, and some of it doesn't. You have to do a bit of back and forth requesting follow-ons and different sets of the usual docking information. And the person you're speaking to, she's like, listen, I'm sorry, but our normal comms officer isn't here. I'm kind of piecing this together as I go. I don't usually do this. Like, what have you got what you need now? Do you need anything else?
No, I suppose I could figure it out on the fly. You're dismissed.
It's like, okay, like I'm kind of in charge down here, but I'll see you when you land, I guess.
Got everything I need to steer this ship to where docking bay 2. 2. Interesting.
So did I miss something? Is he in charge?
Well, he's flying. Ship makes its way into the long, complicated process of it going in and through the open hangar doors and the interchanges in the airlocks and all that sort of thing. And finally, the ship reports that the pressure's stabilised outside, and you can lower the landing ramp to get off. Who's going first? You can see outside. You're in a lit docking bay. You can see it out through the cockpit windows. Lit docking bay, and you can see a woman standing there. She's not in a vac suit, and she's just standing there waiting for you, like, hands in her pocket overalls. She's reasonably short. She's got like a blonde bob haircut, and she's just kind of waiting for the ramp to come down.
No worries. I'm happy to head out first. Like I said, I'm clearly the muscle for this mission, so I'm heading down there first. I've got my weapons with me. I've got dog at my heel, and I walk straight down to friendly greet.
What kind of weapons is Eva packing?
Eva is packing a combat shotgun, standard military one, but one that's clearly seen a lot of action. It's almost his favourite one. Been polished. It's got a few scores and scrapes on it, but a combat shotgun quite big that he has slung over his shoulder in a fashionable way. Eva's quite athletic. He's quite, for his age, he's in extremely good shape. Seen a few battles, seen a few things. So he's heading down there and quite friendly greeting the teamster on the dock.
Quite friendly. Can you picture you and I are running a business on a planet somewhere, and we just ask for a courier just to come past and collect a sample, and this ship lands, we're like, oh, it's the courier. Can you just grab the sample? We'll bring it out. And the dude walks out of his ship with a shotgun. And we're just like, what are you, the postman? What are you doing?
It's slung over my back. Jeez. I have a dog. It
I
makes
deliver
me
things from A
very
to B, but I've got a combat shotgun.
You make your way down the ramp, and the other two you follow, or are you staying?
I'm
on
not going anywhere until my cat is firmly on my lap, so I can then put the cat back away and join the Marine.
You were seated in the pilot seat still, and I've leant in to like do the neck awkward massage across his shoulders, but I've leant in and gone, you did a fantastic job landing the ship. And then it slowly zooms across, and you catch the patch on the side of my shirt, and my patch says, take my life, and in brackets, please. So, despite being overly friendly and thinking I'm saying the right things to people, I don't always understand what I'm saying.
You stuff up all those sayings and jokes.
And I'm oblivious, so I just think to myself, this Perceptron is Perceptron.
He's my friend. He's so fantastic.
Does your cat have a name?
I'm kind of inclined to call it Cat in the naming convention of. No, what's the a Latin name for cat. It sounds pretentious and wanky. Feline house catus is my cat's name. And much like myself, I insist you refer to my cat in its full name and title at every opportunity.
Feline of house cat.
Oh, that's good.
The formal title. All right, so Eva, you get down there and you speak to this woman. She's like, hey, how you going? She's in this, one-piece overall. She's like, hey. She kind of puts her hand up and she kind of holds it up almost above her head to like reach up to your chest. And she's like, hey, I'm Sonia. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry about the mix-up. Dave was supposed to meet you, but he, I don't know. He's not here. If you want to come inside and I can show you guys around. Are there others coming down, or are you...
At this point, I go dung, dung, dung down the ramp, and I go, Sonia, is it? Sonia, your overalls fit the form of your physique. Where is David?
She's like, oh, hey, so no one told me you were, are you like dropping off like a bot here, or what's...
No, Perceptron's part of our valued crew. I like this Perceptron. He's my friend.
Sonia, you should be so lucky to have me on your team. But we bring supplies.
She's like, oh, great. Okay, well, if you want to, open cargo hatches 1 through 3, and I'll get the guys offloading them, and we can put them in. I'll take you around the base if you want. And as soon as you can see, as soon as you come down the ramp, this sort of docking bay it's a standard, they're prefabs that are landed on planets, and it's, it's dusty and it's weathered, and there's different marks of different landing configurations. And overhead, you can see the big hanging clamps and cargo arms for loading and unloading ships. And there's a small door that leads off from the docking bay that goes into an airlock that will pass its way straight through into the body of the base itself. That's the only exit from the room. And she's like, cool, follow me. And she's already taking steps towards it and sort of waving you on. Do you have an adventurous spirit? Are you tired of a humdrum life? A life where all the luxuries such as food, water, and oxygen are just handed to you? Consider a new life in the off-world colonies. A rewarding life of challenge and meaningful struggle. A sense of purpose and achievement, supported by generous wages. Contact Davidson Indentured for more information. And now, for our listeners, a bonus Q&A with company president Bennett Davidson. Bennett, is it true that life expectancy in the off-world colonies is much lower than here on Earth?
No, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Some places on Earth definitely have a lower life expectancy, like the Mariana Trench or anywhere inside a volcano.
That's great information. And how are the wages paid on the colonies?
Not in breach of any laws, I can assure you of that.
And finally, what about claims of alien danger in the colonies?
Ridiculous. There have never been a confirmed alien death. All those deaths were ruled as accidents or medical issues.
Oh, okay. What kind of medical issues?
The kind caused by an alien proboscis through the midriff, mostly.
Flashing badger.
She gets to the airlock door and she swings it open inside. You can see there's dust and dirt tracked on the floor. It's like a room at a ski chalet or something where there's kind of a bit of unrobing and disrobing, but most of the stuff is that it's trying to be not only an airlock, but also a catch point for some dirt. And you sit in the airlock.
I elbow Dr. Perceptron in the ribs and say, guess the butler's got the day off, hey?
I have checked their logs and they do not have butlers at this facility.
What? All right, well, come on, let's press on.
And Sonia's just kind of like looked from one of you to the other, and then she looks at Eva and kind of like gives a little
I like the
shrug.
idea that they're standing in front of me next to each other, and he says that thing to Hal, and Hal's like, there's no butler here or whatever. And I hear this, and I just blatantly shoulder past the middle of them and quietly say, you're an idiot. To him.
To Archibald.
As I've called him, Baldy.
I have hair.
You're an idiot, Baldy. And I walk straight past them and start following the young lady.
All right, so Sonia's about 5 foot flat, and she's walking along. She's pretty cheerfully talking around. She's like, so as you'll see, we step through here. This is our main work hangar, and it opens up into a medium-sized room where there's dirty working gear hung down one wall in little sort of cubby houses, and you can see that there's little flashlights and vac suits and boots and all that kind of thing in cubby locker things. And there's cramped little corridors that lead off places, and this is one of those shake and bake bases where they put them together in dynabolt sections together on new moons. It's pretty standard sort of company layout. You've seen variations of this architecture everywhere, but in one corner there's this big generator that's just quite quietly ticking over just near a giant vent in the ceiling where all its fumes are venting to. Right in the opposite corner there's an administration station with base computer terminal access. And you can see that screen. It's one of those monochrome black and green screens, and it's just sort of churning through data. And from where you are, you can't really read any of it, but it's a pretty standard fixture where you are. There's an airlock leading off back the way you came. There's an airlock leading to the other docking bay. You can see it's set on the same wall as yours, but down the other way, and it has similar sort of track marks and footprints around it. And you can see one that's off in the distance that's got it's a big door. It's not an airlock door, but it's a big door with mine shaft above it. And your sensors tell you that may lead to the mine.
Ooh.
Insight.
Sensors are working.
As you walk into this room, sat at some of the tables scattered around, you can see that there's a guy kind of sat there who's this like massive build, and he's wearing like this crumpled uniform, and he's probably in his mid-20s, Asian-looking guy, and he's pretty like serious, just sat there pretty intent. And Sonia, as soon as she sees him, she's like, "Hey, Kantaro, this is the delivery crew. They're over here." And he kind of looks over at you and just grunt. Sitting at another chair nearby is a woman in like a plain outfit with curly red hair who's just at the admin station. She's looking through paperwork and documents and things. Oh, and Rosa here. Rosa's one of our key engineers. Like, Rosa, do you want to meet the guys? This is Dr. Hal and Eva and Baldy? Is that your...
Archibald K.Q. Grapesworthy.
Okay.
I shall permit you to omit the 5th.
Okay, so Mr. Grapesworthy, I suppose. Everybody, this is Rosa. Don't worry about Ken. He's not that friendly, but he's good. Aren't you, Ken? He's just kind of like just shaking his head, looking still at his table and not really talking. So what do you want to do?
Sonia, thank you so much for the warm introduction. Kantaro, make sure you eat all of your vegetables on your plate. Now, Sonia, we're here to see Dr. Ethan Giovanni. I believe he has an important sample for us to transport today.
She's like, yeah. Dr. Giovanni. Yeah, okay. There might be a little bit of a hiccup on this one. Can't really get in to see him at the moment.
A sample from Dr. Giovanni. We're here to collect it, and we'll be on our way.
So yeah.
Seconded.
Yeah, guys. He's kind of in docking bay 1. His ship's in there, and it's kind of in lockdown. We haven't seen him in a few days. I don't really know how to get to him. He's not answering our comms or anything.
You don't know the way to docking port 1?
So, oh no, I can take you there.
There's a yellow line on the floor that's marked for it.
It's like, no, I can take you there, but he's not answering the pages from outside the ship, and he doesn't open the doors, and he's put the ship on lockdown. And Dave was meant to be talking to him, but Dave don't know where he is either.
Well, this is unacceptable. I demand to speak with him at once.
But that's okay. Is the sample on the ship?
I'm not really sure.
I have the invoice in front of me. It actually has the tracking reference number. I can read it to you if you need, Sonia.
I love the idea you then just go... verbal QR code of modem noise.
My eyes glaze over.
Sonia's like, no, I know there were some samples. Like, I know you're bringing supplies and you're taking something else, but I don't really know where he's put it. Like, I'd be happy for the guys on shift to like help you look, or...
What a slipshod organisation this place is. I think we go and speak to this Mr. Giovanni at once, and he can explain himself.
There's an administration section in the corner, Sonia. I'm sure there's a tray there for the outward mail.
So, look, we'll go look with Rosa, and she can look through some of the logs with you, and we can try and find what we want, if you like.
As long as I get to yell at someone, I'll be happy.
Look, I kind of, before you speak to Rosa, I need this place to make sure it stays on schedule. Like, we have pretty, I don't know if you know, the company rides us pretty hard. Our quotas are pretty tight. At the moment, we're happy to help you get the sample, get out of here, but everything else is kind of not my problem. I'll introduce you to Rosa, and we'll go from there, okay? So she walks you over to the corner, and Rosa sat there, and she's still looking through paperwork, and she kind of looks up. She's like, what? What can I do for you?
We're here for a sample, obviously.
Like, yep, take a number, pal. Like, I don't have any samples to give you.
My friend.
I've chosen number 7. Rosa, thank you. Help us collect the sample.
And she's like, look, I think the doctor has it. He's, I don't know, he's locked away. Dave was dealing with him. I don't know where Dave's gone. Just, we're all kind of running behind schedule here, guys. So if you could deal with it, that'd be great.
Then we can help you pick up the pace, Rosa. And I start pulling her chair out from under her. And I'm like, won't be needing chairs because we're walking.
Yay for friends walking together.
At this point, shaking stops his stoicism he's seen this before, this bureaucratic nonsense of a busy port or whatever. He kind of looks at Rosa, gives her the old, what he thinks is charm, wink, and goes, listen here, Darl, if you wouldn't mind unloading and uploading, getting the organised uploading and uploading of the regular stuff that we got from our ship, I think Hal and Baldy here will go down and check Dock 1 and see if the doctor's home. Sorry. And with that, I go, great idea, Baldy. And I slap
Sorry, who?
That little bit too hard on the back, just to let you know that, yeah, I'm being friendly to you, but also I don't like you. Slap you a bit too hard on the back and start walking off towards Dock 1.
So as you were standing there talking to her, you could see that the information on the screen that's kind of scrolling through, you could see from that Docking Bay 1's been occupied for like 5 weeks now. And it's got on there, obviously, Docking Bay 2 is your ship. And it says that the next ship scheduled for one of the docking bays is like 2.5, 3 weeks away. So you know that this is, if you don't get this pickup done, it's not going to happen. So sure, so you start making your way over towards Docking Bay 1, and there's an airlock that leads through. Again, it's a sealed process. You arrive at the door and press a button. It's like, Docking Bay 1 currently locked down. It just gives you the big red access light.
Is it just the three of us at this door at the moment, or is Rosa with us?
Rosa, sorry, what was her other name?
Sonia's talking to Karen a bit in the room, but she's only a few paces away from you. She's kind of obviously tried to leave you to your own devices.
So months ago, the company that we work for did an audit and discovered that a lot of money is wasted for our courier company by us just standing in foyers waiting to collect things and all these delays, which is why I'm so hardwire programmed of just trying to push things along with my friendly, not friendly, like, let's get it done.
Not really asking.
So already at the little terminal at the door, I'll just start pushing buttons and just beep, 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 beep and trying codes to try and get the door open.
So every time you push it, it's like access denied, airlock 1 on lockdown. It's like manager override required.
And I look at the roof and I just go, computer, open door. It just echoes.
Resolutely does not
down
respond.
each corridor. Just open door, open door.
I call out to Sonia. Hey, Sonia, can you open this door for us, please?
It's like, hey, I don't have any of my override cards with me or anything. If you want to go through my bunk, I think my key card will be in there. You can go grab that and just help yourself through the airlock. I'm not fast. I'm kind of dealing with the situation here, you know?
Yep, no worries. Where's your bunk?
It's like through into crew quarters, and that's one of the doors you saw going off this
Can you imagine if couriers turned up and within a minute we're like, yeah, we're just going to go through your crew quarters.
Go through,
I'll go through someone's trunk at the end of their bed. What do we got in here? Personal effects?
Well, she's like, you can tell the vibe is that she's pretty determined to just be back and keep this company moving forward, keep the facility moving forward. And you can kind of sense there's a weird vibe in the room. Like she's clearly, Rosa seems a little bit, she wasn't that approachable to begin with. And Sonia's like bubbly, but seems quite distracted. And Kentaro's got no interest in you at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my next bet, is to win over Kentaro. I won't bother.
Hey, give it a go.
So our options are, we have an area labelled mineshaft, we have crew quarters, we have the administration little section desk and terminal in the corner.
Yep.
What else was it?
Cubby holes with the different kits and loadouts. And you can see now that there's like 10 sets of, overalls, flashlights, little short range radios, handheld mining tools. There's 10 full sets of that taking up 10 cubbies. And beneath those, there are 9 vac suits with 1 vac suit and set of boots gone.
Okay.
If your plan for this RPG is to put me to work in the mines, you got another thing coming.
That's right, roll for ore collection.
I've always admired your decision making and tactical prowess. Where would you like to start?
Well,
I need the sample.
I need the sample too. Ever learnt a long time ago on many, many of these missions that whether it takes a day, a week, or a month, I still get paid the same. So I want this done and dusted as quick as possible. And the thought of an all-access override card piques my interest because I know these bases, and whether we get our sample early or not, there's always fun to be had. There's always some place to get a drink, some place to have a bit of a gamble, some place to meet some men or ladies of the base who might be a bit lonely for some fresh people to meet. So I'm looking very, very much forward to getting this override card. So I just say, you know what, let's go. Let's help Sonia out. Let's get this override card. Why don't we go down and grab it from her bunk, and then we can see if we can meet the doc here.
I don't normally like listening to the rank and file, but it seems to make sense, so I'm along for the ride.
Aren't you a teamster?
I'm only doing that to prove to Mummy and Daddy that I can do it. I'm actually an officer. I'm part of the aristocracy. God!
Eva, did I see on the company's social media that this is your final mission? How exciting! What could possibly go wrong?
You have, Hal. You have seen it's my final mission, and to not to try and break any copyright laws here, but I am getting a little too old for this shit.
Is there a particular way you'd like to celebrate?
By getting this mission over with, thank you very much.
To the crew quarters!
So you make your way through this series of a couple of turns and a cramped little corridor, and it opens up into a series of, it's like a room with a series of 10 sort of it's not quite like a capsule hotel, it's a bit bigger than that, but they're tiny little almost walk-in wardrobe size rooms with just a bunk in, and there's 10 of them along the wall, and each of them have got a name on the front. And going from left to right, you can obviously read the names as you walk in. And you see that the floor is still that kind of metal grating floor, but there's been a few concessions to try and make it like someone's put like a long rug that goes outside of most of the rooms that's pretty tattered and worn. And overhead there's those kind of like polystyrene foam ceiling tiles, a few of which are a bit off kilter, and one of which has got some like mold or water damage or something on it. So yeah, there's these 10 rooms in front of you. Are you looking for one specifically, or do you want to browse through? What are you going to do?
We're looking for Sonia's, aren't we? She's got the card?
Yeah, we're looking for Sonia's as she's directed. Are there any other names of any of the other people that we're meant to meet? Is David's name there as well?
Yeah, there's so you can see right up one end is nameplate with Sonia on it, and right down the opposite end almost there's Dave's name. Do you want to look in one of those, or do you want to hear about all of them?
And does Dr. Ethan Giovanni have a room there?
No, he's got no room here. He's arrived on his ship. He's been living on his ship. He's just a temporary visitor.
We've been given verbal permission to have a look through Sonia's belongings. Shall we find the card there?
I like the idea that you were explaining to us the legal doctrine of our how we could enter and all that, and I'm already halfway through a door.
Yeah. Some smokes.
Yeah, like going through something, pocketing stuff as I go along, you know.
These people are property. Their property is my property. Let's get to work.
So you open the door to Sonia's bunk, and there's, sure enough, just inside there's a wall hook with a like lanyard on it, and it's got a key card, one of those old like 1970s like punch card key cards with the holes cut out in it on a bit of plastic. There's like a boom box in the corner with a couple of tapes stacked up, and there's a bunk.
Tapes.
This is the radical
Cassette futurism.
the radical future of cassette tapes.
Little bits of sticky tape over the little
So they don't
broken
get
tabs, so they get recorded over, even though they've been recorded over before. Yeah.
And there's a bed in the corner that's kind of semi-neatly made, not military grade, but just made. And there's a little wardrobe there with no front door on it. And you can see inside there's just 10 of the same jumpsuit and a couple of pair of boots and a few undergarments and t-shirts and things.
I think I'm grabbing that key card.
Okay, excellent.
I
Most
admire
welcome to
your
have.
decisiveness.
One thing I will say is that Dog is always hunting for treats and snacks. So if he gets a whiff of anything nice smelling, might be going for it as well. Just putting that out there.
So Dog runs, as soon as you've gone in, Dog has run up to one of the rooms in the middle of the hallway and is like scratching at the bottom of the door. And looking on the mark on the door, you can see this is Kantaro's room at the sign on the door.
Mm.
And Dog's like scratching away and doing the big sniffing underneath the door jam there. I hope that comes through on audio. It's going to be horrible for anyone listening with headphones. But sniffing underneath the door jam and doing the occasional scratch and a bit of a whine at the corner of the door there.
If I understand dogs, they will indicate interesting things that I'm entitled to investigate. I go over to Kantaro's door and do the most cursory nothing knock and then just throw the door open anyway.
That's why they're better than cats, Baldy.
And you hear a distant me. I'm still back at room one up one end, and I'm like, I don't believe we have permission for this room.
I like the idea that you neaten up Sonia's room as well. You make her bed a bit nicer and,
square the stacks
steam press it. Yeah.
I've put hospital corners on her bed. Now it matches the military beds.
So Dog is still bouncing back and forth between, he's at door 5, but every now and then he wanders over to door 6 and back to door 5. And you can see the names on them are Kentaro and Morgan. But you open Kentaro's door and inside this room is a mess. There's his clothes mixed in with someone else's, a woman's clothes. It's just unclean. And there's a whole bunch of tissues or like paper towel next to the bed that have this yellow goo on them that as soon as the door opens, dog walks straight towards and starts whining and backing away from. And it's clearly not.
Clearly fearful of or something.
Yeah, finds it repulsive in some way. There's just, I don't know, there's sort of a funk in the air. It smells unclean in there, like someone hasn't done their laundry for a long time. It's not pleasant.
Yeah.
For a business that's very busy and performing at their optimal rate, there seems something off with the staff here.
I agree.
Perhaps they have
Perceptron.
low morale.
Have you tried yelling at them?
A song might help.
A dance, perhaps?
This yellow goo that Dog's interested in, do I recognise it as anything, or do any of us recognise it as anything?
Has anyone got like a scientific kind of background or?
I'm kind of hoping that Hal does.
I took grade 10 science, so I feel entitled to make commentary on these things.
Well, if someone wants to, you can do, tell me how you're going to examine it and you can give me a check to see how that goes if you want to do that.
Do you have some sort of database in your brain in relation to goos and liquids?
I have confidence, which I may not have any
Which is a
skills,
replacement for training.
but Hal will often just grab items, take samples and everything and attempt to analyze it. And before he commits to the analyzing, he's like, I'm confident I'll be able to discover what this is. And then 99% of the time, it's just unable to calculate.
Unknown
unable to determine-
substance.
Yes.
Yellow goo.
Not in database.
Subject appears to be yellow and goo.
So sure, Dr. Hell walks over and picks up one of the tissues and with a robotic finger pinch of it, and then the goo goes between thumb and forefinger. He's like, I'm going to analyze this. I'll be able to tell you what it is.
Roll me an intellect check, I suppose. Have you got any bonuses on there for biology or anything that might help you?
No, I don't believe I will. How do dice rolls work in this game?
So it's a D100 roll under system. So in Mothership, you must roll under the stat value to succeed in the check. And we don't make checks very frequently, usually only when there's something at stake. So tell me about your intellect. What's that?
So my intellect score is 52, which is quite high. I have a bonus to that due to being an android.
Sure. So roll D100 for me and tell me that.
So the roll I've given you is a 70, which is a fail.
Sure enough, you rub it between the finger and thumb and the eyes go blank for a second. It's like... Subject is yellow. Goo. Substance. Unidentified.
I've determined it's an unidentified yellow substance.
God, this robot's a genius.
Dr. Hell is happy to assist.
And can Dr. Hell roll me a body save, please? So there's 3 different saves in Mothership. There is sanity, fear, and body. So they relate to seeing or experiencing the unknown. And body can relate for anything from contaminant, contagion, through to getting stabbed, through to whatever. So roll me a body save.
I have failed. I've rolled a 71 and I needed an under 20.
You really failed.
Thank you for letting me know.
I feel like you're the walking version of Dr. Google or something like that, you know, where
Ask
it's just,
Jeeves.
Yeah, ask Jeeves, yeah.
Dr. Hell's fun fact, I feel a little tingly after touching that.
Down I go.
David has been feeling off. Perhaps we also check David's room. I'm having fun.
Yeah, I get a bit wary of this, that not being able to. I don't like the look of it. Dog's acting up, so I command Dog to get in behind. The excitement of what Dog's doing is overridden by his very, very good training. And he gets in behind and keeps away from this goo.
All right, so you make your way out of the room at kind of Dog's like snarling and backing away a bit now and clearly not happy. And as you go back out into the shared corridor there, the door of a few doors down opens and this kind of head sticks out. And he's like, can I help you? It's like a wiry little guy. He's wearing a singlet. He's wearing baggy jeans. It's like,
Identify yourself, worker drone.
identify myself. He's like, I work here. It's, I'm Ree. Like, who the hell are you guys?
I'm Dr. Hell Perceptron. We're currently breaching privacy, and it's a great deal of fun.
He's like, okay, Dr. Perceptron, I'm really glad you're here. You sound like a great person to be in my personal business. It's fantastic to see you.
To see me, have you heard of Dr. Hell Perceptron?
Yeah, of course, everyone's heard of you. You're the famous jackass who just goes into people's rooms and fucks around.
So far, I've been into 2 rooms. Do you mind if I step in and have a look?
He's like, no, I don't mind at all. Of course, I love people going into my one tiny personal piece of space that I have in this entire space station.
I say brilliant, and I push past him and I walk in.
And Ree's like almost holding onto the door frame. He's like, hey, he's like, sarcasm, guys. He's like, yeah, what do you mean? He's like, get out of here. What are you doing?
Oh, that's sarcasm. Okay,
I try and I try and relate to Ree a little bit. Go, sorry, Ree, we've been in space for a long time, and these two, well, they're just jackasses. We're down here. We just docked. We're looking for David. Is he around?
It's like, Dave, look, everyone's making a fuss about it. Dave's just, I don't know, he's just wandered off. People go and, hide in nooks and crannies on this place all the time. You want to dodge a shift or two, I can show you places to go, but everyone needs to stop making a big deal about it.
Do you know where he is now?
I don't know where he is, but I don't track all my co-workers' movements. It's like I'm off shift now, off shift, on shift. That's life here, I don't care. He's not on my crew. It doesn't faze me, man. I don't care where he is.
Hey gang, it's Wegs here from the Flashing Badger Family Fun Podcast Hour. Just a little public service announcement for you all. You've probably heard the rumours. There's a new way to enjoy your favourite podcast. I am delighted to be the one to announce the rumours are true. Look, we all know how horrible those long-haul hyperspace trips can be. Cryofugue only knocks out your consciousness for like 50% of the time. And the rest of the time, you're lying there wide awake in your cryopod, frozen solid, praying for the sweet, merciful release of death. So Mike, Gordo, Fitz and I have figured out a way to beam our wonderful little podcast directly into your brain to keep you entertained while you're waiting for your hyperlight ship to crash into the atmosphere of your next planetary destination. Now, the only catch is you'll need to undergo a total frontal lobotomy, followed by some intense electroshock treatment. If you survive those with your mind and soul intact, you'll be more than ready for the Flashing Badger podcast to be hardwired directly into your neural circuitry. So if you're interested, give us a like and subscribe on your favourite social media platform of choice. Let us know in the Discord and oil up your brain circuitry hyperlink interface ports. See you in the web zones.
All right. Flashing Badger.
All right, so you're in this, you're in the hallway outside these rooms, and obviously Ree's not hugely impressed with you being there. You've got the card you came for. Do you want to go back now, or do you want to keep annoying people?
Yeah. I think we just head back to the docking. We're just got to pick up this sample from the doctor and get out of here.
The card that we have should open the door to Hangar Bay 1. If I had a perception test, I don't think it'd be very good either, which would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
Speaking of my tests, I failed a couple of tests.
Oh, yeah, so you take a stress for every test you fail, and that stress is going to cause you problems down the track. So take 2 stress for me.
Perfect. I started at 2 stress, so
that'll be 4 now, because that's 2 plus 2.
Well, we're in the future, so that's, math.
Who says we're not educational? Right, so you make your way back into the workspace there, and you would obviously know that the computer terminal in the corner near where Rosa is the point where you need to unlock the airlock using the access card. So you insert the card into the keyboard at the top, and it does the typing out text on the screen.
if you do all of that, then I've got no sound effects to put in.
Does that save us money?
Yeah.
So it takes you to the main screen, and you're at the airlock control, and you've got the option to lock or unlock the airlocks.
Best we unlock and go and confront this Mr. Giovanni fellow.
Just go find him, unlock it.
All right, so you unlock docking bay 1, and you make your way through the airlock. And again, it's a pretty standard airlock layout. And when the door to docking bay 1 opens, you see this research ship, and it's like beautiful, gleaming white. Like this thing looks like state-of-the-art kind of ship. And it's got the Heracles written across the side of it. You can see there's a short set of stairs going up to a door inside. Try to go in there, or what do you want to do? You can look around the rest of it. It's on tripod landing gear. It's got really sleek, narrow profile. It doesn't look like something that would fly in atmosphere. This is the kind of ship that probably goes in and out and relies on thrust rather than grace. But it's new. You can tell it's very expensive. Even though it's a third the size, it would cost as much as your cargo ship.
Is there some sort of door-like access panel leading to the cockpit?
Few steps. You can the interior of the ship looks dark to you. You can't see inside from where you are, but as you make your way up these few steps, you get to the top, and the door there is locked, and you can see that there's a keypad next to it there's like dusty handprints around it, like someone's been using it, but the door will not respond to your entry.
I'll give it a couple of raps on the surface.
Like to get
on
the door to make noise. Inside, you press your ear against the hull, and you can hear absolutely nothing.
If the keypad is dusty, can I see marks of what buttons have last been pushed? Has dust been removed, or it's all dusted off?
Absolutely, you can.
Perceptron has a look at the computer display and is trying to discover which buttons have been pushed.
Yeah, you can see button 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0 have all been recently pressed.
Hang on. Just write those down.
That's so rude. I was writing
He
this.
started writing it down.
I know.
I'm like, well, that's quite a few combos when you get 3.
When you're knocking on the...
No, you can't tell. You can't tell specifically. It's dusty, and you can see that there's not enough of a pronounced difference between button 1 and button 2 to tell which one's been pressed and which one hasn't.
And I sort of have a look at Hal and go, surely you can hack your way in,
I
Deceptron boy.
I have an amazing ability with ships like this. And I walk my way around to the very front of the ship, and I'm tiny in front of it, but I'm like maybe, let's say, 20, 30 feet away in front of it. And I look up at the front of the ship, and I'm like, hello, ship.
The ship remains resolutely silent.
Do I see anyone?
God, it's outplayed us.
Do I see anyone in the cockpit or anything?
No, you can, looking up through the front, you can see that there's interior lights on, like systems are functioning, but you don't see anyone moving around. But of course, you only see a tiny little, through a front window, through a cockpit door. It's only showing you a tiny, tiny fraction of the interior.
I'm so heavily programmed to a ship that communicates with me that I figure all ships communicate with me because that's all I know. So standing at the front of the ship, I'm like, ship, open door and lower access ramp.
There is no response.
The ship's not working.
Can you interface with the ship in any way? Like, plug yourself in?
I have computers and mathematics skills. I work my way back around to the door with the keypad, and I'm looking for some type of jack inlet that I'd be able to interact with.
No, you could take off the keypad and get to the wiring behind there if you wanted to go aggro with it.
We could do... Would you...
Well, he called us, so...
We need to speak with Dr. Giovanni, but I may have to damage his ship to speak to him.
Oh, well, if that's I was just about to order Eva to crawl into the ship through the explosive thrust vectors at the back of the ship.
That could be entertaining to watch.
Archibald Melonhead here, he's happy with it.
Excuse me?
Archie, my friend, your name is the better part of a keyboard.
I'll not stand for this affront, and as I'm lecturing you, you just walk off and do what you need to do.
I grab the front of the keypad interface and I turn to Eva and I say, awaiting access permission, but I may damage the ship.
That's fine, and I give you permission. Get it done, robot boy.
And I've clamped onto the access panel and I start to pull with my intention is to pull the face off the...
Sure, you can remove the face. No worries.
I remove the face. What do I see?
There's a whole bunch of wires in here, but thankfully you know which couple would be involved in the sort of plugging in to get access. There's like some kind of rudimentary access port in there. So
There's a yellow wire and then there's a blue wire with white stripes. They're meaningful for what I'm about to do.
Okay, so you're going to try and hack into the door?
I'm going to try and use my computer skill to gain access.
Sure, roll me, so it's going to be an intellect check, and you can get the bonus of +10 from your computers.
Amazing. That'll take me to 62. And I have rolled you a 90. Oh, sorry, 008. I've rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
Excellent. After a while, it takes about 40 minutes of messing around with this.
And this entire time I'm lecturing you about not giving me nicknames.
And can there be a little time lapse where you guys just eventually sit down and huff?
So first off, they're walking back and forth, and they're
Yes.
approaching you and checking over your shoulder, and eventually they're both sat on the bottom step, and you see Eva just kind of edging over, taking over more and more of the step until Archibald's had to move.
Taken the hint and stood up and walked
And
away.
you take out a muesli bar out of your pocket, and there's this beautiful moment where Archibald thinks you're about to share it because you show him it, and then you proceed to eat the whole thing.
You show him it and you break it in half, and you go to hold the half out, and you're like, oh, and he starts to reach, and dog jumps up and just, and you're like, good dog. All right, so the door to the Heracles hisses open with a sci-fi noise, which you can insert here. And
I'm going to use a snake noise, by the way.
as soon as you look inside, you can see it's like a sleek, white, clean, impossible to keep tidy, you would think. There's beautiful white panelled walls and everything. But there are dusty footsteps coming in and out around the door area that you are. And this small airlock that you're in is only really built for a person or two. It's quite a narrow ship. Opens up to the inside, and you can see a corridor going off one way towards the cockpit and the other way towards the sort of living part of the ship. And from inside, you can hear nothing. It's just silent. There's the normal, whine of the air recyclers and the hiss and beeps of the system functioning, but there is no life noise at all.
Why don't I head up to the cockpit and see if I can log into the computer and get a bit of a tracking status about our cargo if you guys want to explore.
Yeah, when I'll grab Hal and we'll start looking and calling out for the dock.
Yeah, making ourselves known.
I put one finger to my throat and it changes how my voice works and it now amplifies it as like a little mini speaker.
Dr. Giovanni, we have arrived. We're here to collect the sample.
And then it replays the exact same thing again, but in a different language because I have my linguistic skills.
Hola, Giovanni, ¿dónde está sample?
And then it's like Mandarin and just it's cycling through.
Yes, it gets like 8 through.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm gonna run with Archibald first in the cockpit. Talk to me about what you're checking out in there. What kind of?
Oh, I walk into the cockpit. I sort of have a look around and I go, oh yes. Mummy's had 3 or 4 of these stately class vehicles. Yes, nice. I make myself comfy in the chair and I open up the computer to go through the log and see if there's any indication of movement, transport of goods, and that sort of thing.
Sure. So going back through the history, you can see that there's the normal access door logs on and out, in and out, and in and out, and you can see that the last entry for those airlock doors was before your one just now was like a week ago, and there's been no traffic since then. And you can see that the ship's systems have been sitting in their sort of accessories only ground mode.
Yep.
For basically the whole time it's been parked there. There's been no checks. There's a number of comm messages that you can see. There's no like voicemails left, I think, but there's just incoming message received and not answered. And it looks to you that there's a few check-in dates that have been missed recently that just look like the automated company status report kind of things. So while you're doing that, you two guys, you turn to the left towards the back of the ship and it opens up into a very small living area, which is like a small table and chairs and a little kitchen.
A conversation pit.
Conversation pit, of course.
Nice.
Popular in the 70s.
There's just ashtrays everywhere as well. Because it's the 70s.
I was going to say Valua.
And there's a small bathroom just off to the left with the door shut. You can see the symbol in there. It's a little short corridor that goes down to a living quarters, and a science lab is through a separate door to one side. But again, nothing here. No noise.
I call out to Grape and Hop. Archibald. Is that your name?
It's like a soft voice down the corridor that's not getting any
Yeah.
even though he's not far away. Like,
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sitting here and
I can hear you huffing.
Yeah, I've got my arms
Fuming.
crossed and I'm pouting and I refuse.
See if you can find out where the doctor's, what do you call it, item is that...
The sample?
Yeah, the sample.
Sample's likely to be in the lab.
Yeah.
So I'm...
See if you
sort
can
of
find it on the ship's manifest anyway.
Yeah, because you've just ignored my little temper tantrum. I'm like, fine. So I'd log in and any narrative around the sample.
Thank you, Archie.
Love you shaking.
So there's an ongoing transmission log that you can see stuff is coming into the ship and that's being vectored through to the science bay. But it's, from what you can see, you can just see raw data coming in. It's
okay.
like page upon page of incomprehensible things. It's obviously getting interpreted by some device back there. And you can see that there's cargo hold recordings of core sample X coming on board. But really it's almost meaningless. It's the same as the door opening or closing. It doesn't tell you where it is. It just tells you that it's coming. But yeah, you can see this data is getting vectored through to another terminal, and it's Science Terminal 1 or something. So
No, nothing concrete.
No.
I believe it would be in his lab, but I'm still looking around this room that we're in, the living room area, just to see if there's a box, a postage parcel, something that looks like it's outgoing mail.
this is pretty empty. There's nothing. You sort of open the bin in the little kitchen there, and there's stuff that's all molded over that looks like it's been there for weeks. There's no prepared food left out. There's just that, like I say, the door to the bathroom, the door to the living quarters, and the door to the science lab that go off from this room.
I'm still looking for the doctor, so I sort of wander down with Hal to the living quarters and open the door there to see if he's inside there.
It's strange that the doctor hasn't answered us. Perhaps I'll cycle through some more languages. And I play another 3 languages over my tone, including like some ancient
Oh,
one.
yeah. Swahili, Sanskrit, yeah.
We're approaching the science lab and calling out his name still.
So he said living quarters.
Living quarters. I said
To the living quarters.
I was just, I'm looking for the doc.
So you open the door to the living quarters, and it's wardrobe with a whole bunch of identical white science suits. There's no living person in here. There's a bed that's been quite neatly made. Not to your standards, not to Marine standards,
I was about to say.
but pretty
Got
good.
to bounce a coin off it.
There's a small desk there with some correspondence on, which all looks like to you generic expense report claims and things that are half filled out. Use pencil on the desk. There's nothing there.
I
that
have
gives
a
you
quick
clues.
trifle just absent-mindedly through the top of the desk. Drawer, I'm sure there's a drawer there, but
Lots of company reports. There's the sort of the rubbish drawer of pens and pencils and erasers and things. Space erasers.
With no one living here.
we just call them erasers.
With no one living here, I think we'll now just call it the quarters. And I flash you the slowest wink.
This does not
I love that you're doing like the same joke.
So you've got the little bathroom off the main living area or the science lab?
May as well just check out the bathroom on the way to the science lab.
Okay. So you open the door to the bathroom and this absolute scene of carnage greets you. The sink has been smashed off the wall. The mirror has been broken. There's damage to all the interior panels showing some of the wiring underneath. It looks like the floor has been gone at and there is still a crowbar embedded in the plumbing fixtures in the room. The shower in the corner has been completely torn down. Looks to you, there's a few little bloody marks. Looks like it's been torn. Someone torn the tiles off the wall by hand. And like I say, the sink's completely off the wall. The toilet's been destroyed and is completely empty. It's one of those sort of airline toilets anyway, so there's no standing water or anything, but there's just every plumbing fixture in here has been utterly broken.
That doesn't bode well for the good doctor. Wow.
Hang on, he's the obvious one. Yeah.
I'm here. He's not there.
Oh, sorry. I'll look at you. Hal?
Something strange happened in here, and I reach out and I touch the blood with my thumb and forefinger.
Oh, God.
I squish the blood in my fingers, and I attempt to analyze it with my computer.
And your eyes glaze over and it's like blood, human, type A negative.
I'm writing that down. He's A negative. That's going to be important later.
Is there any part of your body where printer paper can eject out of slowly?
And I tear it off and hand the receipt.
No, I'm good. You can hold on to that one.
So it comes up, it's human blood. For all you know, comparing to your HR records stored in your robot brain, as far as you can tell, that matches up with Dr. Giovanni.
I love it. I love that he didn't make me roll for it. He's like, I'll just tell you it's human
yeah.
blood.
This is Mothership.
Success, fail. That's what you're getting.
We,
You roll, it's going to be something dangerous.
we call Archie down to have a look. Archie, come have a look at this.
Fine.
What?
Sorry, there's probably another way you'd want to word that if this was a Hollywood film. You might want to come take a look at this.
Archie, you better come take a look at this.
No time to explain. Get down here.
Oh, I'm sorry, is there an Archie on board? I'll wait.
We don't wait for Archie.
I give up, and I drag myself down the hall. I'm like,
Sure. Is this unsettling to you, seeing this torn up bathroom? Is this just a bit of a weird thing?
Not to me. I'm an experienced Marine. A grizzled Marine.
I'm somewhat prissy, so yes. I once I've caught up and I've seen this scene of carnage, I think, oh, this isn't very clean.
Do me a fear save.
I've rolled a 74 over 36, so I've failed.
Okay, you can just take one stress because you're a bit unsettled by seeing a room in disarray. It's not the kind of thing you're experienced with.
I've gone to more of an analytical approach of what the room looks like. And I'm just trying to find answers as to what may have happened in here. If it looks like there's multiple people fighting.
Your genius level perception shows you that the crowbar that's hooked in the wall has probably been responsible for some of the damage. And most of the stuff that's been done is stuff, they're panels that you could probably remove. It's like busting through plasterboard. It looks impressive, but it's achievable for pretty much all of you.
And I've been looking around at my sort of height at this point. Now I look down to the ground, and my goal here is to see if there's footprints leaving or if there's a sign of whatever happened in here, how did it end?
The floor's kind of covered in the sort of plaster dust and the broken sections of tile and things. There's no obvious footprints out or anything, but you can see that the door has been opened from the inside. There's no damage to the door. It's not. You don't think something forced its way in or out. So you can't see the obvious way out of this bathroom, but like I say, the door's undamaged. It looks to you like nothing was trying to escape here or break in here.
Right. You know what? The science lab.
We need to collect the sample.
So you approach the science lab door, you press the access button, and sure enough, the door hisses open, and you'll find out what you see inside next time.
Oh, no.
Yes!
You do this to us every time.
Flashing Banjo podcast.
Piece
Every
of
time
crap.
I fall for it, I'm just
Every
like, we're
time.
about to find the answer to the
I'm like,
mystery.
this will be it. It's the last room. It's going to be it.
You idiots always leave it 59 minutes to find where the mystery is. And then just as an hour ticks over, I'm like, oh, well, that was the end of this episode. Right. So, as we said, this was Mothership by Sean McCoy and Tuesday Night Games. It is one of our absolute favourites. We played a few off-air campaigns that we love. If you want to grab a copy, jump on to Tuesday Night Games website or our affiliate link for Drive Through RPG. If you want to help out the channel, is great for us. As we always say, please leave us a review in Universe. We're going to read our favourites on air and tell your friends about us. Having people listen and enjoy is the whole purpose of this.
It's only episode 1, but who has an idea for an in-universe review already? I'm thinking whoever performed an assessment of our courier company and found ways to improve it, such as my overly pushy...
I'm thinking Ree would leave reviews like, oh, it's simply the best courier company ever. No invasion of privacy here.
Yes, they searched my room. Delivered letter, searched room.
I came back.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, searching my colleague's room, 5 out of 7 would not
Ask
recommend.
questions about my prescription meds. The Patreon. We have a Patreon for the podcast and also the painting channel. It's $1 a month. And there's perks and exclusives. So you get behind the scenes. We do table reads of our homework that Gordon gives us.
Did you say painting channel?
Gordon, we have a painting channel. I have a painting channel. Yes, the Flashing Badger painting with me. So if you're into the hobby of miniature painting or dioramas, or you just want to kick back and it's my silly, goofy humor as I lumber my way through painting miniatures, come hang out with me. We have a Discord that is thriving. There's a link in the podcast description. There's hundreds of us in there, and it's split into sections for what entertains you. We have stuff for the podcast, and then we have a whole bunch for the painting channel, like friendly painting competitions as well. But with the narrative side of the RPG, you can be a key factor in shaping what games we play, what happens in universe in these. We're going to do votes in future about some of the characters we play and the stories we tell as well.
Yeah, and a few of the Delta Green scenario we played was heavily suggested to us by one of the Discord members who actually gave me a whole bunch of notes on how to run it. So really it was his episode, and any things you didn't like about it were probably his work.
It's the sound of a bus going over one of our...
That's right. It was tiny. Thank you very much. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it. Coming up next, we're going to have episode 2 of Mothership, The Haunting of Ypsilon 14. Thank you so much for joining us. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. Come join us back next week. Haunting of Ypsilon 14 part 2. I've been Gordon. These guys have been...
I've been Mike.
I've been Fitz.
I've been Wegs.
Catch you next time. Bye.
Flashing Badger.